My goals with this musical is for everyone to have a fun time and to show that we can do it. Because I see a lot of shows being done all over. I do a lot of community theater, and I just want to prove that I can do it, as this is my first musical I'm directing. I'm 19 years old, and a lot of these people who are directing musicals are 30s, 40s. They have experience, and I just want to prove that I can do it even though I'm young. And I want to prove that not just me, but we can do it as a cast, that we can come together, we can make productive rehearsals even though we might want to yap all the time. Hi, my name is Scott Zapata, and I'm from North Royalton. When I first started working on this musical, it was about almost 4 years ago. Is that right? About sophomore year of high school. So yeah, almost 4 years ago. And it wasn't originally going to be this show, but I just had the idea, what if I got my friends together and we put on our own show? You know, would it actually be good? And so for years we tried to kind of get it started. I had different people coming in and out of the ideas, working on it, and the idea got scrapped a bunch of times and would always come back, and finally resurfaced. Now I'm a freshman in college, and somehow I managed to finally come together.
No, the people in front of you.
Well, she has to.
No, Jacob, you were fine on Robbie.
What's all that grab action?
Your hand is so cool.
So what made me want to make my own musical, not make my own musical, but direct my own musical, was honestly just seeing how other people do it. And I'm a very critical person, so when I see other groups do it, I think, how could I make it better? And I kind of wanted to know the struggle, because I don't know the struggle of working with other people. And now that I'm working on music education, I really want the experience to work with singers and musicians, putting together the orchestra and then putting them together, the singers and the musicians, and putting all that together and, you know, see what I can do with it.
A story to be told.
Okay, just the guys.
Number one issue, money. Number two issue, finding a place to perform it. I was kind of too scared to ask my high school if we could perform it for the longest time. And then eventually someone who was on board with this idea asked, and they actually said yes. But getting the funds needed to do this was a long issue, trying to see how much we could cut the budget, and thankfully my old high school is agreeing to help us with this production, so we're saving a lot on whatever resources we would need because we're able to use the stuff from the school. So the musical we're performing is Alice by Heart, and I love this show because I think the music's great, the cast size is perfect, and it's about a girl named Alice, obviously, and her lover Alfred is dying of tuberculosis, and so to kind of escape that, she imagines all the characters in Wonderland, and she's kind of going through the stages of grief. So it kind of is a spin on Alice in Wonderland with some elements of like Wizard of Oz, with how it's all the characters that she knows in the real world, but in Wonderland. And it's a really fun show, and it's a sad show, but it's emotional, and it's a great show.
My name is Elaine Zapata, and I'm playing Alice.
I'm Alden Brinkley, and I'm playing the Alfred who turns into the March Hare and White Rabbit.
I'm Amanda Miernick, and I play the Cheshire Cat, and I'm also the choreographer. So I basically am going through all the musical numbers, and I make all the dances and the dance break, and I have to make sure that like the choreo is easy for people to learn and that it helps to convey the right message of the show.
It's special to me because I haven't really done a show with the high schoolers yet, and I feel like it's just like more of an opportunity to get me into like more of a high school group for like next year, and because I'm more into like that middle school, like elementary kids age group, because I haven't really like branched out to high school yet.
This is my first time like actually getting to fully choreograph like a whole show, so it's like a really big deal to like have such a big responsibility put on me. It's gonna be like my little choreographer debut and stuff. So
I actually didn't really know about Alice by Heart until Scotty introduced it to me. But once I saw it, I really enjoyed it, and it's got an amazing score, and there's a lot of really cool metaphors and imagery. And as soon as I watched it, the reason this one is the one that actually happened is just because it's such an awesome show. Set and 1, 2, 3.
Alice by Heart is special to me because in a way it's my last chance to perform with a lot of my friends. Even though I'm not actually performing in the show, as I said before, I'm a freshman in college, and a lot of the people in the show are high schoolers that I worked with, over the last few years. And it's my last final chance to really say goodbye to them before they're going off to college, and last show to work on as well. It's one of my only shows that I'm going to get to work on with my sister, because she's never going to be in the same school as me. Story-wise, I think it's just a really emotional story about loss and the stages of grief, and everyone at some point can relate to it.
Go for the line reading.
If we could, yeah, it's all good.
Hand it over.
Hurry.
Hand it over here.
We just like get through it and then like.
Biggest issues with production is not everyone wants to focus during rehearsals, and some of it being a student-led show adds to that issue because I'm friends with every single person in the show. So it's kind of hard for them to realize I'm the director, not their friend, during rehearsal. Before and after rehearsal, we'll have our hangouts, have fun, but during those 3 hours, I just need everyone to view me as a director, listen to me, and sometimes it's hard to get people to listen, especially my sister. Another one is sometimes people don't always want to practice. That's the same with every musical, and so I've kind of had to really hammer in the fact that, such a small show, there's so much more room for error, but I'm really proud of what everyone's been doing with how hard of a show it is. The fact that 12 people have been able to get it this far and sound this good, I'm already proud of them, and I hope we can go so much further.
What happens if I can't get out of Wonderland?
Now we're down the hole. Scotty, you always look a little bit scared. You always look a little bit.
So getting rights to the show was difficult. It was a whole process trying to figure out how we wanted to do it. When we originally started the show, we were thinking we would just do it as a little for fun thing in my basement, not actually perform it, or if we did do a performance, do it just for like parents and things like that. Dealing with MTI was a pain, trying to figure out all the rules to how you can apply for rights, and then the cost is crazy. But in the end, we managed to finally secure rights, and we were getting scared because, time was going by, and we really didn't think we were going to get the rights to the show. But yeah, about 2 weeks ago, we got the official call from the school saying we're good to put on the show, so we do have rights.
The main part that you guys repeat, the first time you do it, starting with the girls, now you're down the hole, down the hole. Guys, can you come closer?
Now that we have the rights, it is causing slight issues. Before this was just a student fun show, and if we didn't have a great rehearsal, it didn't necessarily matter that much because it was just for fun, and who cared? But now that we're doing this with rights, anything bad, people are paying to see this show, so if we do bad, it reflects poorly on the cast, me, and all the people at the high school who are being so kind to let us use their resources. So the issue is getting people to lock in a little more and realize that we can still have fun, but this is no longer a student-led show that we were doing. This is the show. This is a show that you should put the same amount of work into as you would any community or high school show.
Focus in for a few more minutes.
Oh!
They showed up 20 minutes late, so we will stay.
So if this show doesn't go as well as we planned, it's gonna be hard for us to justify doing another one. I've had a great experience so far, and I could see myself directing dozens of more shows. I already been making plans for the next ones.
It's okay.
You're on your tiptoes.
On what?
The key people who helped me with the show, I would say the two main people were probably my friend Brooks Bozit and Alden Brinkley. Alden's actually in the cast. He's playing one of the leads. He's playing the White Rabbit. He's kind of newer to theater, but he's taken it, he loves it now. He joined about 3 years ago and fallen in love with the thing, and I'm really happy to get to work with him. He's amazing at piano. He's helped me a lot with teaching music. I couldn't have done it without him. And Brooke, she's actually doesn't have a lot of theater involvement, but she loves watching theater, and she's been great with helping plan things. The three of us had so many late night calls, and those were the main people who helped get the process rolling the last few years, but there's also so many people who've helped since we actually got rights. There's Sophia and Sophia, two different Sophias. One of them's helping with costumes, and she's been great with that. The other one's helping with publicity. My sister's also helping with publicity. Sophia's also helping with show design, things like that, posters. There's also Robbie, he's helping with that too. Pretty much everyone in the cast is giving a hand in some way to crew, and it really helps a lot because a lot of the rehearsals have to run out of my house because we don't have access to the high school right now because they have events going on. So being able to do this with few people and have so much involvement and commitment is amazing. And also special shout out, I forgot to mention, Amanda Meerdink, who's choreographed the show. She's doing amazing. But again, everyone in the show has done something to help alleviate stress outside of just cast, and it's amazing working with them all.
Crunchier and crunchier, which
The hardest part is to give them the tough love they need. I'm a very critical person, and I will always tell them what I think. If something sounds bad, I'm going to tell them it sounds bad. I'll tell them how to fix it. I'm not going to be straight out mean. But there's times where you need to sometimes, scare them a little. Let them know we have a show in a week. We don't actually have a show in a week, but we have this coming up soon. We need to get this together. If we don't fix this, we're not going to make the show in time. And it's hard to do that because they're my friends, and I hope they respect me and I respect them. And I don't want to have to crash out at them, but sometimes you just have to. And that's every big show, every good show I've been in has had the director yell at the cast, and I've done it a few times, but something you gotta do. So the issues I've had, we're overcoming them partially by offering a lot of help outside of rehearsal. Because it's a student-led show, I'm able to meet one-on-one with people if they need it. Luckily, with my sister being one of the leads and the other lead being a close friend, we've had the opportunity to where we can meet one-on-one, have trio rehearsals, and work on those songs outside of rehearsal time. So that way we don't have to waste time during rehearsals. It's also helped. We use practice tracks. Again, thank you to Alden, Amanda, I think Jacob too, who helped make those practice tracks, because I know people are using them, at least I hope they're using them, and it saved a lot of time trying to review stuff. I've also worked on appointing mini section leaders kind of within the sections, people that everyone can kind of go to and listen to. Another big thing with that, on top of the section leaders, is appointing leadership to pretty much every aspect of the show. Because really, I can't do it all alone, and I'm not qualified to do it all alone. I love music, I love theater, I love dance, but I have no idea about set design. I'm willing to give my best effort, but I'm not the best person for the job. But I know some of these people in the cast, they can do that. So every part of crew at least has someone in charge of it that's not me, and it's really helped getting to have someone else in charge of it, and they come to me for what they need. But other than that, they oversee pretty much everything relating to that, and I trust them because they trust me.
Brillig is you share a kiss, and soon you chuck his bones.
I need to see this through. I can't get comfortable. I need to spend more nights, losing sleep working on this. But once opening night starts, I'll really get to know how I feel about it. So far, I'm really proud of this cast, but I can't let them know I'm proud of them yet. I gotta keep pushing them. But once we have orchestra, crew, cast, set, everything together, that's when I'll know. That's when I'll be satisfied.